Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome. It's Dick, and this is Dictate the Day. That is the name of my channel because Dick is here to take the day. So come on with me. And if you've never seen my stuff before, get in here. Join the family. Maybe hit the like, subscribe. I don't know. Put something in the comments. Whatever you feel like. And if you don't feel like doing any of it, that's cool too. That's cool. But stick around. I'm gonna be dropping some solid knowledge pieces of crazy today. Today is actually the 30th Wednesday of July. If you've seen my channel before, I try to be somewhat encouraging about, taking control of your day, dictating everything about it. And it's the hump day, Wednesday. And I've said this probably, I don't know, I got like 100 videos. The hump is here. Let's get to the top and let's ride that momentum into the weekend. Hopefully I can provide you a little bit of entertainment. Maybe some thought process going on in there to help you get through said Wednesday. All right. As always, I'm going to bring us in with a little bit of music. Are you ready? Let's roll. I just like doing it. I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna do that forever. I'm trying to work on like a theme song or something. You know what I mean? It's coming though. It's coming. Okay. I got a lot of stuff today. I shouldn't say a lot. It's just a lot to take in, if you will. There's been things unfolding in our world, like all the political stuff out of it, because I don't like to get into that. But we got earthquakes, we got tsunamis, and I got a little bit of that. I'm going to save that towards the end, because I got some theories about that. And so I'm gonna drop that knowledge off towards the end. It's just, I always say this, I'm not trying to, produce a bunch of fear or anything. That's not what this is about. But don't be scared. Be prepared. That's all I'm saying. And this is all entertainment. I realize I'll be showing some news clips and things like that, but my take on it, all that, it's just me. I am a master of bro science. So keep all that in mind. With a grain of salt, as they say. Maybe a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. All right, let's get into this medicine. All right, first thing I'm going to bring up here, which is crazy because I found out about this, I don't know, maybe a week ago or something. And it's the layoffs at UPS, which is supposed to be a super dope job. Hard to get, especially if you want to be a driver. But they're preparing for like mass layoffs. I don't know if this is AI related. I know a lot of it has to do with automating the stuff. Let's just get into it. All right, let me bring up this right here. Yep, ABC News 7. Here we go. Bam.
This is what's happening with UPS.
UPS is looking to slash about 20,000 jobs and close dozens of facilities.
And that's a wrap, Jack. UPS is offering buyouts to drivers for the first time in 117 years. And you can thank tech and AI for that one.
If you have 5 years of service, you're going to receive $1,800 per year of service as the buyout.
They're going to get rid of 22,000 of you. Regardless of what you say, the union is not going to be able to do anything. Are your skills transferable?
They are getting autonomous vehicles ready, even at UPS.
UPS has begun testing autonomous electric shifters. So this is what the shifters actually look like. UPS have said the shifters will be driven first and later on this year will be tested autonomously as well.
This is crazy.
Then you say, what about the loaders, though? We need the truck loaders. Who's going to load the trucks? On this side, these are these autonomous, you can see them, they're loaders.
Look at that.
They're just autonomously loading. The other guy's a forklifter. It takes him 50 minutes to load with a forklift. It takes these autonomous little robots 6 minutes. So you just back up to the loading dock. This whole entire tray just pushes the whole entire load in. This takes about 5 minutes. And then it just pulls back out and the truck goes off. They already have the setup for all of it. This is what's happening with UPS.
Okay. I'm all for innovation. I like tech. I'm not the most techiest dude, but I do enjoy some aspects of the whole thing. Did you see how fast that happened? Like the whole plate just slips into the truck, which would normally take, a human being a little bit more time to negotiate that. Plus all the safety stuff, forklift certifications, this, that, the other. It looks like that's not necessary anymore. And he said $1,800. Like, this next clip I'm going to show you, this dude makes like 30 something an hour. And I think it goes up to like 45 working for the UPS. $1,800. Like, that's not enough. What? Man. All right, let's check this next one. Good God Almighty. Here we go. Rolling on.
How much money do you make?
So right now I'm at like 33.60 and top rate is I think like 45, 46 around there.
You've heard about the UPS layoffs, right? Can you talk about that?
They sent me something in the mail saying we'll give you 10 grand taxable if you quit right now voluntarily. And it's up to you if you want to take it. I'm not going to take it.
So what do you do for work?
I'm a UPS driver. I got started about 3 years ago. It's not a bad gig. I mean, a lot of hours if you're down with that.
How many hours per day?
I'd say on average I get off about 8 o'clock, so 9:15 to 8. But yeah, good benefits, good retirement, sets you up for the future.
How long did it take you to become a driver?
Let's see, I started in 2020 and I was a driver in 2022, but I'm a rare case. Usually it takes more than that.
COVID probably helped you a little bit.
Exactly, perfect timing with COVID.
What's your plan? Are you gonna retire here? Or?
I mean, that's the plan right now. Just stick with it unless something else pops up,
Anything else you want to say about the career or anything in general?
I mean, you gotta love the grind. It's all the grind.
Well, I appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, got you, brother.
How much money do you make?
First of all, we can't just let this slide by. Look at that dude's amazing mullet. Come on. Curly in the front, curly in the back. Got that Tennessee waterfowl rolling off his shoulders. He said 10 grand. So I don't know really what they're offering these dudes. This is just, things that I have found. And I've watched about 50 of these. These are the ones I thought would be the most apropos. Plus, they didn't have music on it that was copyrighted. But yeah, that is crazy. And I bring this aspect up just because this is not the first, form of employment that has been affected. There is huge tech layoffs going on. Man, what are we going to do for work? Like, how are we going to earn money if everything becomes automated and AI controlled? You know what I mean? Damn. One suggestion, if you're interested, I don't make any money at this yet. It's coming. It's coming. But maybe you should get on camera and record doing anything. I swear to you, there is people out here getting paid. TikTok, Instagram, all the things, just recording what they do through the day. So I hold my privacy a little tighter, so I'm not going to show you everything I do. Some of that stuff's top secret, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy. All right. The next thing I want to talk about, And this is something that's been bothering me for a hot minute. We're going to talk about the food that we have available to us. I know my subject matter is moving around a lot, but this is how my brain works. I apologize. Hold tight, y'all. Hold tight. I'm just going to say bioengineered food. Okay? I've always been a label reader when it comes to, my nutrition and stuff. Now that I'm, 50, almost, I'm right there. It's super important that I inform myself about what I'm putting in my body. So I'm super diligent about finding out what I'm eating. And I don't know, the last 4 or 5 years, I can't find anything that I can really eat. I mean, unless I'm growing it or procuring it from my farm animals, which I do not have. That is something that's coming soon. Coming soon. I'm going off-grid, solar panels, water wells, farms, fruits and vegetables. Because that's the only way I feel like you're going to get proper nutrition in today's society. And I know there's things happening with our overseers in the good old gov.gov. They're the I forgot what it's termed. I distance myself from the political stuff so much. But they're trying to get the dyes out of food and all the crazy chemicals and stuff. But I'm not going to say it's too late. But man, we've been eating some straight, I'm going to say it, entertainment purposes only, poison. I have some videos. One at the very end, trigger alert, might be a little, oh man, it's all right. Let me just go ahead. Thank you, cool haircut. All right, check this out.
Definitely, that's something that we're all, the whole working class.
Nickel Fritz. This is, sorry, I don't edit. I do apologize. This is one more video about the UPS situation. Watch it.
We're going to have to deal with coming up. I mean, we got, AI also. The trucks are going to start, they're going to start trying to drive themselves. Business is going to try everything they can. They're going to, like, the business leaders, they want profits. They want more money. It's just the way the system is. And the best way to do it, like I was saying earlier, is you got to get it out of the workers. So if you can, work with less human workers and have more, robots do it, not have to pay them like that, then they're definitely going to push for that, because the only thing that matters to them is the bottom line. Like, the lives they destroy, that doesn't mean anything to them. It's all about that money. So, I'm definitely, that's something.
Yeah, just start recording yourself, everybody. Okay, we're going to get into this food thing.
You're not eating food. You're eating what they could legally get away with. Your food is loaded with chemicals that are illegal in most developed countries.
True story.
Why? Because the USDA and FDA approved them after heavy lobbying and payoffs from food and chemical corporations. The same food sold in the US is banned in Europe, Australia, Japan, because of what is in it. Examples: potassium bromate, used in bread, linked to cancer, banned in over 30 countries. Ractopamine, fed to pigs and cattle to make them grow faster. Then you eat it. It's linked to heart issues. Banned in China and the EU. Titanium dioxide, used to make candy and frosting whiter. Banned in the EU for being potentially genotoxic. Still in your snacks. These chemicals aren't mistakes. They're protected. Food lobbyists spend millions convincing regulators that they're safe enough. And the USDA often approves them without long-term testing. Meanwhile, corporations tweak recipes for overseas markets, removing banned additives. But here, we get the cheap version, the chemical version. One former FDA scientist put it bluntly: in the US, profits come before public health.
Yeah. Let's go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and mention this, and I've talked about it before. But when, people don't smoke cigarettes a lot anymore, it is kind of Not to be funny, a dying breed. Man, that's not funny at all. But all the scientists that were involved in the cigarette companies like R.J. Reynolds and Philip and Morris and all the ones, when that industry started tanking because people were like, oh, this is bad for us, those same scientists were hired by the big food industries to now make our food more addictive, rewarding to the dopamine and all that kind of stuff. Man, it affects our genes, our insulin sensitivity, just entertainment purposes only. I am not a scientist. Do your research, but yeah, good luck. Good luck finding something healthy to eat. All right, I got some more of these. Check it out.
Most consumers are unaware that the fruit they eat from the supermarket has been treated with a product called Smart Fresh. I want you to see it in action. First, they place the fruit in a hermetically sealed chamber. Then they drop the Smart Fresh into some water to form a gas, and then they lock up the gas chamber nice and tight. They leave the fruit there for about 24 hours so that it can soak up all the gas, and voila, your fruit has been contaminated. I mean Smart Fresh. Now let's look at an apple that's been treated with Smart Fresh and compare it to an apple that hasn't been treated with Smart Fresh. This time-lapse video shows the changes over 3 months. As you can see, the Smart Fresh apple hasn't changed a bit. Most people don't even realize that the fruit they buy at the grocery store can literally be a year old before it's actually sold, and you wouldn't know the difference. Let's see what the makers of Smart Fresh have to say about their product. They say the active ingredient of Smart Fresh is methylcyclopropene, or MCP. They describe it as a simple hydrocarbon molecule. Well, examples of simple hydrocarbons are as follows: butane, propane, and even hexane. It turns out they're gassing the fruit with petroleum-based products, ladies and gentlemen. Now they just call it a simple hydrocarbon so that nobody worries about it. I mean, who doesn't like a little diesel with their fruit, right? Their website also states that this can be used with other fruits and vegetables. Smart Fresh is authorized for use with organic foods. And the worst part here is that people are totally unaware. Most consumers...
Yeah, what it says there, vegans, you think you're safe. Guess again. You don't know about Smart Fresh. Smart Fresh kind of ironically sounds like the name of a podcast or something. Welcome to Smart Fresh. Yeah, it's these things are everywhere. It's very frustrating to me because they say you are what you eat, and I can't avoid this anymore. Everywhere I look, even in the stuff I used to buy that I thought was legit and at least somewhat okay for me, as far as the health markers. Almost everything now says bioengineered food ingredients. Why? Here's another one. There's another one. I've never been to an Aldi. I've seen them. I've never been inside. Is that a salad mix? That's a salad mix, and it says contains bioengineered food ingredients. How? It's grown, right? From soil and water and stuff? Ugh. Damn. There it is again. I love bagels. Everywhere. See what I'm saying? Look at all the ingredients. Oh yeah. I'm at a loss for words. Next.
I just ordered me some food.
Okay. I just found this one this morning. What's that look like to you? Entertainment purposes only. Yeah, here we go. What?
I just ordered me some food. I'm kind of losing my last brain cell in this car because I just want to know.
I mean, is that
I want to know how I've been sitting here eating this meat and I noticed a row of teeth in my shit. And that ain't it. They got the top and bottom jaw in my shit. I just sat here and ate this food and bit into somebody's molar. And I'm saying somebody because I don't know if this is an animal or a motherfucking human in this bowl of meat. Am I a cannibal? What is it, carnivore? What the fuck is the word? What is going on? Right. What's going on, honestly? A row of teeth? I just ordered me some food.
Okay, I don't... Because of that, that's got to be an animal, right? I mean, from what I understand, the pork, like a pig, is very similar to human. I'm pretty sure their teeth look like that. And then that part of the jawbone, like right here, that's not... Humans don't have that, right? I'm pretty sure they don't have that. Yeah. What are they feeding us? Entertainment. It's just entertainment. I'm kidding. Oh my goodness, y'all. Okay. Let me do a little switch-a-maroo here. The Kobayashi Maru. Okay. What we're going to get into next, everybody, is... I don't want to say the icing on the cake because it's not. It's kind of sus, as the kids would say. We had an earthquake recently. I think it's 24, 48 hours now. In the Russia area, off the coast there. But there has been multiple things as far as like seismic activities, the Schumann resonance, and all of that stuff, popping off. And then I have some clips of that and people talking about it and news reports and stuff like that. But the very last one of these is something that has been, I don't know, I'm not going to say worrying me, but something I've been paying attention to for a long time. And everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, you don't hear about it a lot anymore. But let's get into the, hold up. Wait a minute.
Hey everybody,
Let me put some pimping in it. All right, it's Hallucination Hippies again. Love this dude. He's going to get our introduction into the earthquake tsunami situation. And from what I understand, there's been some injuries, but no casualties, so that's good news. Prayers, thoughts, good vibes out to everyone that has been affected by this because, I'm glad people are alive, but everything around you is destroyed. Now you have to rebuild, and it's just, it sucks. All right, here we go. Let me start him from the beginning.
Hey everybody, we've got some breaking news. A massive 8.7 magnitude earthquake just struck off the coast of eastern Russia, triggering tsunami alerts across the Pacific. According to the U.S. Tsunami Warning Center, a tsunami watch has been issued for the entire coast of California, and it extends up to Oregon and Washington as well. Meanwhile, a more serious tsunami warning has been issued for parts of Alaska's Aleutian Islands, where evacuations are underway. The earthquake struck at a depth of 46 miles, which could affect how tsunami waves travel. As of now, the potential wave size for California remains unknown. But stay tuned for the updates as this story is developing. As I get information, I will relay it. Stay safe, everybody. I'm actually in California, so I will be watching this closely. Hopefully, we don't get any damage or large tsunami waves that come in to this area, but we'll see. Again, stay safe and stay tuned.
From what I understand, it hasn't been crazy. 8.7. I've heard 8.8. He said 46 miles. I've heard 11. as far as the depth goes. But yeah, there's reports everywhere. These are probably, I don't know, 12 hours old by now. So I've spent the last couple hours just researching everything from the tectonic plates that are related to the ones over, on the coast of Europe, Russia, all that stuff, because Japan and Hawaii have been affected. Tsunami warnings, but nothing crazy has happened. I think 4 and 6 foot waves, which isn't crazy. But get ready. I have this, once again, I have no fear, just entertainment. I have this feeling that this is not over. Like, more is on the way.
This is the latest information on the earthquake off the coast of Russia. Also, if you're just finding my TikTok account for the first time, I encourage you to follow for more. I do breaking news updates from around the world. I'm the chief foreign correspondent for Fox News. I mostly cover war, foreign policy, and international conflict, but also I cover natural disasters and all sorts of stories that take place internationally. This earthquake was so big that seismic activity was recorded all the way in Kentucky whenever this initially started. Now, President Trump just issued a post on X saying, due to a massive earthquake that occurred in the Pacific Ocean, a tsunami warning is in effect for those living in Hawaii. He goes on to say a tsunami watch is in effect for Alaska and the Pacific coast of the United States. Japan is also in the way. Please visit tsunami.gov for the latest information. Stay strong and stay safe. Again, those words from President Trump as the United States braces for waves that are expected to come in the hours ahead following this earthquake that triggered tsunamis initially off the coast of Russia. As we continue to follow this story, I encourage you to follow me here on TikTok, but also tune into our coverage on Fox News and Fox Weather. My colleagues are doing a great job covering this story as it develops. This is the...
Okay, let's keep going.
Listen, I don't want you guys to be afraid.
The reason I'm bringing up this Yellowstone stuff, because there has been, clips of animals leaving Yellowstone, and I guess they weren't completely accurate. But what has been happening, allegedly, is multiple small earthquakes, new geyser spots opening in Yellowstone, and Yellowstone is, it's a giant volcano. Volcanoes, earthquakes, they are related, because one can trigger the other and vice versa. I haven't really done anything on the Yellowstone seismic activity or anything of that nature, but here we go.
But there should be some urgency about this situation. We should be preparing. I'm going to save probably, for me, the most telling thing for last, but there is video evidence of something going on under Yellowstone. And if I was there personally, I would be getting as far away as possible, as soon as possible. Too many things right now are adding up. So let's go with the first thing I have for you guys today. Yellowstone seismographs are still offline. It has been several days now since they went off, and they have been off in the University of Utah and the Yellowstone National Park themselves. The monitoring for earthquakes in Yellowstone is not visible for the average person now. Now, I'm not sure if this is just maintenance, but typically they will say beforehand that it's maintenance so they don't cause a panic. The next thing I have for you guys, there have been 4 planes in the last 96 hours that have gone down mysteriously in the R country.
Just to let you know, this was posted like 5 days ago, so keep that in mind.
Country that I can't say. A plane caught fire and it crashed after it disappeared. In Italy, a plane landed on the highway and it was completely clear weather, as well as the next one, a small plane in Grand Rapids, Michigan, fell to the ground in a completely clear day. And then a few days ago, we had one in Bangladesh that fell. Now, why are all these planes falling? Actually, 2 of those planes, the one in Italy and the one in Grand Rapids, Michigan, were were at nearly the same latitude. It was 3 degrees off, which is just strange. Why would they fall at the same latitude? That is way too much of a coincidence. Maybe it's nothing, but this last thing that I have to talk about is, in my opinion, it's something. In Yellowstone, there's an account on TikTok called Zach Grimm 3, and I will link him below. He has many videos, I'm assuming it's a he, has many videos showing the ground rumbling in Yellowstone. This is very loud. He has a water bottle on the ground, and the water bottle is just going wild. Now, of course, there's typically earthquakes in Yellowstone, but this is going on for way too long to be a simple earthquake. At least from what I can tell, it seems like it's pretty much continuous. If he's able to get this many videos, it's a little sus, if you ask me. Anyway, if you haven't seen my last videos from over the last couple weeks, I've been talking about Yellowstone a lot, and that is because there have been a lot of signs around Yellowstone. Yet there are so many people that are in complete denial, so I guess we'll see how that all works out. And I'm not claiming that it will blow soon, but I'm absolutely open to the idea that it could. Listen, I don't want you guys...
Okay. I feel like this is just information, okay? And like I said, I'm no scientist. That, the west coast of the United States, and then Hawaii, and then, Japan, Russia, all that stuff. The Pacific is in between. I just feel like, because that tectonic plate is, one big piece, if one side shakes and rambles, so vice versa. And I don't know if it works that way. This is just my mind thinking randomly. He was talking about that guy showing the Yellowstone bottle, water bottle vibrating. This is it. That's crazy. It kind of sounds like boiling water. It's only 15 seconds long. I'm letting it run again. Look, the ground's even popping. You can see all the dead grass moving. Okay. I'm gonna bring y'all in for this one. The the connection, or I don't know, the cause, the effect. I don't even know how I want to put this. Yellowstone. Big national park. It's a super volcano, and then you move over to the coast a little bit. There on the west coast, you have what's called the Cascadian Subduction Zone, and it's a real scary one. I found out about it quite some time ago, and I've kept my eye on it. Kind of freaks me out, to be honest. But it's, according to the information that I've found, it's overdue for some stuff. You have all this seismic activity popping off in Yellowstone. A week, 2 weeks. They've been talking about it forever. They say the animals are retreating. That's left up for debate. In that previous video, the guy was talking about all the planes not operating correctly. I'm trying to be careful what I say. Does that have something to do with the magnetic field? Because, they talk about the pole shifting and our shields are down on the earth. I've put up videos in the past about it. I'm kind of cramming a bunch of information in there. But are those planes having issues because of the magnetic field? Because I know there's compasses and there's like automatic pilots involved, and they're using basically the magnetic field to operate and to read compass and to direct flights. And it was crazy that those two planes had issues over the same kind of longitude, latitude lines. Like, what's going on right there? And if you don't know what the Cascadia Subduction Zone is, this is going to be the last video. I kind of need to do something else to cheer myself up. Yeah, I think the next thing I'm going to put up is, I don't know, maybe just a bunch of funny videos or something. I don't know. This is kind of, it's bringing me down. Okay. Cascadian subduction zone. Kind of hard to say. Yeah, because I can't explain it well. Here we go.
Most Americans don't know that the most dangerous earthquake fault in the U.S. is not the San Andreas. It's the Cascadia subduction zone.
See
The
it?
Cascadia subduction zone is capable of producing a megathrust earthquake of greater than 9.0 and a resulting tsunami up to 100 feet high. The fault line runs from far northern California to southern British Columbia. If a megathrust 9.0 earthquake occurred today, FEMA estimates that over 10,000 people could die, with tens if not hundreds of billions of dollars in damages likely. And recent studies also suggest that past Cascadia megathrust earthquakes have also triggered many of the major earthquakes on the northern segment of the San Andreas Fault. The last megathrust earthquake on the Cascadia subduction zone occurred in 1700, an event estimated at magnitude 9.0. It generated a tsunami over 50 feet tall, which struck the west coast and produced tsunami waves that reached as far away as Japan. Over the past 6,000 years, megathrust earthquakes have occurred on the Cascadia subduction zone approximately every 500 to 600 years. But the intervals have ranged from as short as 200 years to as long as 800 years. When do you think the next big one will hit the west coast?
It's just a
Most Americans don't know that the most dangerous earthquake fault in the U.S. is not the San Andreas. It's the Cascadia subduction zone. The Cascadia.
Okay, I'm going to use this map a little bit. So this is the Cascadia subduction zone. San Andreas is down here. This is where all the tsunami warnings, Hawaii's out this way, and then, you know, the whole Japan, Russia, and they deal with tsunamis and earthquakes constantly. And it's that big plate that sits underneath the ocean. They kind of break up and do their things here. So when one tickles, it makes the other ones, you know, move around a bit. Yeah, I feel like I had to say something about that. That's all. Because it was bothering me this morning. As soon as I woke up this morning, because all the Russia talk, the tsunami talk, the, you know, whatever, earthquake, I don't know. Instantly I thought, oh yeah, over here on our side, it's the Cascadian subduction zone and the San Andreas fault line. I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. Entertainment, just for fun. That's it. And like I said, I think for the next video, I'm going to do something fun. You know, the try not to laugh stuff. Yeah, it's Wednesday, y'all. It's Wednesday. And you know what I say about that hump. Dick got some knowledge about the hump. Well, that's inappropriate. Yeah, it's just how you're taking it, though. Hump day, Wednesday. We up here. The hump. Ooh, it's hard to get up there, but we up there. And we're going to ride that motor scooter all the way to the weekend. We got all this inertia, all this power, all this force. Let's go. Oh, yeah, good news. Got some more subscribers. Thanks, you know who you are. I appreciate it. I ain't trying to put nobody on blast out there. I think I'm like at 106. Today will be my 84th video. Watch out now. Watch out. So, yeah, plugging right along. I'm getting there. It's going to take a while, but I'm getting there. All right, y'all. You know how I like to do it. I like to give you a send-off of something positive. Ride the hump. Dictate your day. I'm Dick. Come and take it with me. Come on, y'all. Let's get in there. Get in there. I got mad stuff to do, too. I got maintenance dudes coming by tomorrow to do something with the dryer vent. I got to move my wash machine, set up my camera so I can watch them. Oh, yeah. And I got to go to the dermatologist tomorrow. My wife is making me do it. I've been before, and they said, you're fine. But I guess it's time to go again. I don't appreciate the whole doctor visit. These days, they say you can just take pictures of whatever you got going on or put your symptoms into the old Chat GPT, and they'll be like, oh, this is this, and this is that. And you should treat it with this. I don't know if that's legit or not, but maybe it's worth a shot. All right, y'all. Dictate your day. I'm going to say it again. And if you're having trouble figuring that out, you know what I'm going to say. If you watch the channel, it's how I try to live. Spread your love. Share your knowledge. Take your day. Get in there. I know it's not that simple all the time, but if you can practice a little bit of that, especially if you're feeling like the grind has become too much, yeah, step back away from it for a minute. You know what I mean? All right, I'm going to play this out. This is Rate the Riz. And it's by the Soundings. I've totally messed that up before. It's Soundings. All right, y'all. Let's see if I can get her going. Hey, stay safe, everyone. I love you.